Hello everyone and welcome back to a Loot Theme Park Tours YouTube video where today I'm going to be carrying on my Vekoma launch coaster in episode 5 of this Planet Coaster 2 series. Now I really hope you are enjoying this series. I keep saying that every single episode, but I really hope you are enjoying the series because it is almost coming to an end. I've only got one more episode left after this one, and then the POV and cinematics go live and you can download this creation on the workshop straight away. To get straight into it then, and yeah, just put a couple of bushes around some of the areas, rocks, and the entrance to the ride. I've came to this section on the first major turnaround of the ride. Obviously, you go down the first spiral drop after the top hat on the launch. You go through the overbank, and then you sort of turn around next to the plaza. And yeah, focusing my attention over here because we are going to have a big centerpiece, and I'm going to have a fountain there, and yeah, it's going to look really good. I'm going to actually build my own custom fountain, add water, rock, scenery all around this area, just so obviously on ride it looks great, and also off ride it also looks great. If you know Hershey Park over in the States in Pennsylvania, and Candemonium, the B&M Hypercoaster right outside the front of the entrance, and it goes over that fountain called Kisses Fountain, and yeah, obviously it looks really good, and I sort of wanted something like that. It doesn't look anything like the fountain over at Candemonium, but yeah, I did want some sort of centerpiece over here on the ride. I'm just building loads of different fountain pieces. It looks incredible, and yeah, we're gonna add some jets in for obviously more realism. It is realism. Yeah, I can't speak today. And yeah, obviously that's going to help obviously bring the fountain to life, because obviously right now it's looking a little bit boring. We're gonna add loads of rocks and stuff around there because I do like the sort of the board. It does fit in with the mythology theme we're going for. But yeah, I do want some rocks around that part of the fountain, and yeah, I'm really happy how this is coming along. Not just the fountain, but the whole ride, just the whole ride in general. I'm really happy with the layout and the theming I've gone for at the minute. And yeah, if you want to see more Planet Coaster series, comment down below. I'd love to do another one. I'm really enjoying building this, and I'm just loving seeing them on YouTube. But yeah, this video is going out at the end of February, I believe, if my calculation is correct with my scheduling of the uploads. It should be going out like a couple of days before the end of February, and that means we are 2 weeks away from seeing Alton Towers open. I can't believe it. I'm so excited to go to Alton Towers again and ride all my favourite rides, get on the new Bluey ride. Obviously it is a family coaster. But yeah, obviously get cred to cred. But yeah, obviously I'm just so excited for the theme park to open. Thought Park opens in a few weeks after that. Pleasure Beach is already open. I'm so happy that the theme park season is almost kicking off for 2026. And then yeah, this long season hasn't, the close season hasn't actually felt that long in my opinion, because I've been doing other stuff like at Alton Towers, like the fireworks, the Christmas events. It hasn't actually felt that long, which is nice. Yeah, let's get back to what I'm actually building now. I keep rambling on. So yeah, I'm adding the water effects into the fountain now. So the 4 large splashes going in, which I really like, and obviously I've gone for the splashes in the centre. So obviously when the water hits, it would create that. It's called realism. Here are the rocks then going in, which I was talking about earlier. Yeah, like I said, I do like that border around the fountains. I do want to make it a little bit more realistic. Add some rocks in, add some foliage, all sorts. It's going to look really, really nice. It'll just fit in a little bit better with the theme, where obviously this is sort of the market town of the not medieval mythology. What is wrong with me today? The first like 4 minutes I've just been yapping and I keep getting everything wrong, so hopefully the rest of this recording goes a lot better. But yeah, obviously the mythology theme, I've gone for more like the happy side rather than the darker temple side, which I really like. Obviously I do want to have the happier side, like I've been going with. Just I feel like it looks a little bit nicer. So yeah, obviously on the fountain there, you saw I did keep some of the gold and white barriers, borders even around that fountain, just so if you do look at it, you can see some of the details and sort of like it's overgrowing as over time goes. I'm gonna add a little bit more terrain in now. So I did a little bit in the second episode, I believe, with a little lake at the back and did a little hill. But yeah, I really want to go in depth over here with the terrain. Obviously, this is going to be the only ride in the park. And yeah, I want a backdrop, sort of. So obviously that's why I'm adding the trees in as well. The scenery brush is such an incredible tool in this game. In Planet Coaster 1, it would take ages to do what I'm doing now, adding loads of trees around. Now it's taking about 10 seconds. It's looking fantastic. Look at that. In the last episode, we built this statue, which was placed around the area, and I've just placed it on that turnaround there, just so obviously when you fly past, you get a nice view of the statue and the fountain. And yeah, that's going to look really, really good on ride even. Adding some rocks there, again, for a border around the statue. And just to make it a little bit more realistic, like it's been there for a long time. And the rocks from the hill have fell down. And we're going to be adding loads of different rocks here in this episode around the ride. It's going to make that quite boring grass area turn into something a lot nicer. Obviously, the ride layout isn't the longest in the world. It has one launch, 3 inversions, and I didn't want it to be that long. I just wanted it to be quite a short coaster, a family coaster, I'm classing as family thrill. It has a few inversions. It doesn't have the punchiest launch in the world, but yeah, it still packs a decent enough kick. Obviously, for one of the newest starter coasters you could ride. Moving on then, safety at these theme parks are really important, and I want that in my part, the realism. And I'm adding a custom safety fence all around the area, just in case someone did enter that ride area. Well, they wouldn't be able to, because obviously at theme parks, it's a massive safety feature to have these nets, fences, all sorts, all around the area, so you can't enter that ride area and potentially get injured. So what I've done is I've taken a couple of mesh fences and I'm adding this support beam going all the way along it, just so it can look supported, it looks realistic, and I'm going to copy and paste that all around the whole track area. And yeah, it might look a bit of an eyesore with the poles, but you can't actually notice that. You can only notice it if you actually look directly at it. And obviously, if you're flying around the coaster, you're not going to see it at all. You're going to be focused on the ride experience and all the theming. But yeah, obviously, like I said, this is really important for parks to have this. And yeah, obviously, you can notice it when you're zoomed in, but I feel like you're not going to notice that much, obviously, when you're on the ride or when you're strolling through the area. Because it's not that noticeable, I don't think, anyway, personally. But yeah, maybe you'll notice it if you download it in the workshop. I'm really excited for you guys to download it, just to see your reactions of it. And if you do download it, make sure you tag me on Instagram at LukeThemeParkFails, because that would mean the world to me. And like I said earlier, if you want to see more Planet Coaster videos, maybe a full park in the future, comment down below. Like I said in the last episode, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another Planet Coaster 2 series until the end of the year, when the theme parks have closed again, mainly because I like to just enjoy the theme parks when they're open. I want to upload videos like vlogs, off rides, maybe on-ride POVs like Pleasure Beach or something with the dark rides, stuff like that. And I've got a couple more video ideas planned for this year. It's going to be a really big year for me on YouTube. Obviously, last year I hit 500 subscribers. This year, I want to hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't just subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because that will mean the absolute world to me. And let's get me to 1,000 by the end of the year. I absolutely love that. And continuing on then with these this fence going all the way around. And yeah, it's looking nice. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. And yeah, like I've been saying, I'm going to have a lot more rocks and foliage all around the ride area, just for something to look at on ride. Obviously, you're going to be going through this coaster at quite some speed. But yeah, obviously look at Nemesis Reborn at Alton Towers, Nemesis Inferno, Colossus. They all have green foliage, and it just makes the ride 10 times nicer. And then you look at like Hyperion, where it doesn't have much theming actually around the ride. Smiley looks pretty boring with just a concrete. But yeah, like I said, you don't really notice that when you're on ride. You more notice it off-ride. It just makes it look 10 times better, and hopefully it makes it ride better. And yeah, we're just coming to the end of the fences here. And yeah, it's looking really, really nice so far. I'm really happy how it's coming out. Realism is a huge part, not just in the game, but also in real life. I'm just sipping my water. Yeah, I don't know if I noticed that. See on the track there before the final airtime film, I've had to put a trim brake in. I don't think it kills the airtime too much, but the brakes were just not kicking in because the brake run is quite short. Yes, I've had to put that trim brake in. It does slow the train nicely down into that offload station. I'm not sure if I told you that in the previous episode, but yeah, I had to do that. And yeah, it's looking really, really good. Making sure it's all joined up. We don't want little gaps here, do we? That would cause a lawsuit. So yeah, I'm just riding it now, and yeah, like you can see there, you don't really notice it, only on the small down low to the ground sections. And but then again, I don't know why I'm worrying so much, because you're not going to be looking at that, are you? You can look at the track layout and the theming, which we are adding in. So here we are, adding some rocks in, and all on this hill over here, all inside the ride area, big boulders, foliage. It's looking really, really good. Thinking about it now, I might even add some more statues actually in the ride area, sort of like it's taken over this in the area and the ride. Yeah, it's just looking even better now, I believe. Because see, when you're going through coasters, you don't want a boring coaster like a car park coaster like in the American parks. Over here in the UK, we do theming quite well, I think. Vekoma and the Swarm, they're the first ones come to mind there. And yeah, just adding loads of rocks and boulders everywhere, like it's been here for quite some time. And yeah, it's just looking really, really nice. I'm really happy how this came out, actually. And yeah, we're going to have loads of different buildings actually on the plaza here, just so obviously it looks a little bit nicer. And yeah, hopefully more people like shops and stuff, so people will buy it. So yeah, we're coming over to where the photo kiosk will be, and yeah, I'm going to start adding a roof over that. It is England, you know, it rains like every day. I think actually this year, 2026, it's actually rained every single day in England, and well, there you go. That stat alone makes you want to add roofs everywhere, all over your parks. So yeah, I'm adding a roof in over here at the kiosk. I'm over this market roof, and I thought, no, I don't really like that. Let's go for something a little bit different, because we've done the market roofs on the station buildings everywhere. So we've gone for this market canopy, which I think looks a lot nicer. Obviously, we're adding the more in just so for more shelter when you're browsing your photos. Yeah, I think I delete these three over there. Yeah, but we will be building something over there because that's where the shops will be. It's going to be an open plan shop, a bit like Mandrill Mayhem at Chessington Wood of Adventure. So how you have the open section after you exit the ride. Yeah, that part there. And yeah, we're going to support the other canopies up with some pillars. Yes, of course, it's a Planet Coaster 2 mythology themed. Obviously, going to have them pillars in. I must have put so many of them pillars in, but each time I mention it, I have to say it's such a good piece, and they look really good. I'm really happy how it's coming out. And yeah, see, there we go into this back wall now. And yeah, we're going to add all the TVs on there where you can view your photos. Obviously, the camera is on the first launch. The launches aren't that powerful, not like the hydraulic launches, more like an Icon launch at Blackpool. But they're still good, aren't they? It's fun and relaxing rather than a punch in the gut. Yeah, now obviously I do have a PlayStation 5. I can play Planet Coaster 2. I'm playing a little bit of Planet Zoo at the moment. I've played that a couple of times, and yeah, if you want to see me do a Planet Zoo series, because obviously that doesn't have the limit on the 100%. You can build as much as you want on the PlayStation, which I really like. Obviously, this is a theme park channel, but yeah, if you can't speak, if you ever want to see a Planet Zoo series, comment down below, because I'm really enjoying that game. Obviously, I don't know too much about zoos. It's not my expertise, but yeah. Here we go then, adding in the I can't speak. What is wrong with me today? I feel like every episode I just can't speak until it gets worse and worse. But yeah, I'm adding the TV screens in. There we go. Got there in the end. Onto the back wall there. Now you can view your on-ride photo. It's always worrying this time, isn't it? When you get off the ride and you think, oh no, there's the on-ride photo. You think, that's what I look like on the ride? I've had some awful ones over my time. I remember my first time on Oblivion at Alton Towers. That ride photo is actually in my living room, and it's just that terrible. I don't think I've ever showed it on a video before, but yeah, it's just a really, really bad ride photo. But yeah, here we go. Adding the TV screens in, and the images on there. Yeah, 15 minutes into the tunnel. This is actually, I think this is the final 20-minute long Planet Coaster video. I think the next one's only about 10 minutes long. Yeah, so they're not too long. I mean, if you want longer videos, I'll happily do longer ones. If you want shorter ones, comment down below. Yeah, this is my first ever time doing this. A Planet Coaster time-lapse series before, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Add some rocks there, just at the back there, and here we go. Now we're adding into the plaza. So I've cut a big hexagon into the path there, and yeah, we're gonna have some foliage in there just to wake it up a little bit. Because I feel like a boring path, that's boring. Let's add a big centerpiece. So we're adding in some hedges here, and they're going to go all the way along this hexagon. Then we're going to add rocks, foliage, bushes, all sorts. Yeah, it's going to look really, really good once it's finished. I'm really happy how this is turning out, actually. Just making sure it's all lined up. Portland's Park apparently does really good hedges, and I really want to get out there this year. Obviously, there's I think 8 coasters, I believe, or something like that. I really want to get on like Velociraptor, not Velocicoaster at Universal Studios. I'd love to get on that one. You've got obviously Storm Chaser, Flight of the Pterosaur, and Drakon, the new Gerstar Eurofighter opening in May this year. That looks really fun. Hopefully I can get out to Portland's Park this year. The only problem with that is it's just so out of the way. It's in Hampshire, near Southampton. Obviously, I live in Staffordshire, and whenever we're going down south, it's to Thorpe Park. And obviously, Thorpe Park and Portland's Park are like quite far away. But maybe in the future, maybe when I can learn to drive, I'll just drive down there one day and just ride all the coasters. But yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. I just rambled on there about Portland's Park. Yeah, there's some rocks in there and the foliage and stuff. Just so it looks a little bit nicer. Now we're adding another wall in, and this is where we're going to have that gift shop I was talking about a little bit earlier. Inspired by Mandrill Mayhem's, how you got the outside section. We're not going to have an indoor section. It's just going to be covered where the tills are. Yeah, so here's the canopies going in. We're going to add some shops. I really like how in this game you can do this, because as in the last game, you can add your own t-shirts and mugs and stuff. You'd have to like go onto the workshop and download other creations or just make them your own. This time, you can add like actual realistic stuff. This game is just so realistic. I found it's so much fun to make. Build stuff in here. It's just so much fun. There we go. Just keep scrolling all the way down until we find what we're looking for. Still learning where everything is, because it is a little bit different. What I found on some of the controls and where stuff is, because obviously in the Planet Coaster 1 on the PlayStation, the scenery and building tools were separate. Now the building and scenery tools are all in one. So I'm still learning this stuff there. And yeah, we're going to add that in, and then we're going to actually start adding some of the shelving units and displays all that all the way around here. And it's going to look really nice. But yeah, join me in the final episode next week, and then obviously the POV cinematic, and it will be on the workshop on Saturday. There's a really excited for that. But if you haven't enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at LucyBotThills. I've been Luke. Goodbye.